This is mine. This is mine. This is my worship journey. This is my worship journey. This is mine. This is mine. This is my worship journey. This is my worship journey.
Hi, I'm Twana Ellis, and this is my worship journey. I'm a wife, a sister, a godmother, an aunt, an artist, a singer, a writer, a coach, a mentor, and I'm co-owner, along with my husband Marv Ellis, of our business, The Olive Grove. I was born in Washington, D.C., raised in Southeast. My family and I went to New Bethany Baptist Church, which was on 10th and N Street Northwest. I went to McKinley Tech High School. I was in the music department there. I was in the marching band, y'all. I played the bells. It was amazing. I loved it. After that, I went to Hampton Institute, which is now Hampton University. I understand from some of my HU friends that we are not the original HU. However, we are the home of the Emancipation Oak, which most of you may know is the place where Abraham Lincoln read the Emancipation Proclamation and freed the slaves. So I am really proud of that. After that, me and 8 other friends bought one-way tickets to California, and we ended up in San Jose. I went to a church there, Jubilee Christian Center, where my pastor took me and my now husband, he's awesome, Marv, to Israel. And while we were there, we started to feel a commission for that country. We fell in love with the land, with the people, with the culture, with the food, and had a desire to stay. But we knew that it would have been absolutely impossible except for God made it work. Because in about 8 months or so, we found that we had sold all of our stuff. Our ministry was ending. My job was moving to the Netherlands. And we had the opportunity to go to Israel, which is what we did. So we were there for a year. After that, we came back to Washington, D.C. I made full circle. And we visited 22 churches until we landed at the Shepherd's House International Christian Church, which is where we are ministers at today. Wow, my favorite song to sing. I had a lot of things to choose from, especially since I've written my own songs, but I had to be honest with myself. My favorite song to sing of all time is Excellent by Martha Munizzi. It's got energy, it's got funk, it's got soul, it's a dance song, and it encompasses all that God is in one word: excellent.
Nations of the earth now rejoice. All the nations of the earth now rejoice. All the people of God sing his praise. All the people of God sing his praise. Everything that has breath shout for joy. Everything that has breath shout for joy. Everything that is beautiful belongs to you. And oh, the earth, it is the Lord's. Everything is yours. Everything is yours. You are excellent. Oh, the earth, it is the All the earth rejoice, everything rejoice. You have created all things and made it good. See,
all the earth is yours, everything is yours.
You have created,
come on, all things and made it
all
good.
The earth is
all the
yours.
Earth is yours, everything is yours.
You have created it all, Lord God. Yes,
all
you have.
And made it
all
good.
The earth is
all
yours.
The earth is yours.
Come on and bless the Lord God. You have created,
you have created all things and made it
all
good.
The earth is yours.
All the earth is yours. Everything is yours.
All the earth is yours.
All the earth is yours. Everything is yours.
All the earth is
yours. Everything is yours.
All the earth is
yours. Everything
Come on, everybody, put your hands together. He's worthy of our praise. We love you, Lord. We bless your name, oh God. We give you the honor and the glory. There's no God like our God. We worship you, oh Lord. Hallelujah. All the earth is yours.
All the earth is yours. Everything is yours.
All the earth is yours.
All the earth is yours. Everything is yours.
All the earth is
yours. Everything is yours.
All the earth is
Everything is yours.
And oh, the earth it is the Lord's. Everything is yours. Everything is yours. You are excellent. Oh, the earth it is the Lord's. Everything is yours. Everything is yours. You are excellent. Come on and bless the Lord.
When I was writing the songs to He Is, I woke up at 2 and 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't really writing, but I was spending time with God. I mean, just crying out to Him and listening to what He was saying and saying things to Him in utterances that I was trying to really connect to God. And then when I'd get up at the regular time, I found that I had boldness at work to minister to people, to lay hands on people when they were sick, to encourage people. I had more peace and I had more strength. And I finally realized that this worship time with the Lord is where all that came from. I thought, wow, I'm growing. And through that came the songs that I wrote for the album He Is. Come on, if you can, I just want you to snap your fingers. Come on. I have a praise party right in my seat. Mighty God, holy God, faithful God, He is. Mighty God, holy God, faithful God, He is. All of these things still
on, wherever you are, I just want you to dance a little bit with me. Snap your finger, dance in your seat, lay down some hearts. Come on, I want you to put in the comments, he is, that's all, he is. He's worthy to be praised. Come on. Oh my God, he's awesome. I love you, Lord. You're worthy. Come on. That's all right. Lord have mercy. Oh my Lord. Healed my body and he saved my soul. Fixed my heart and he made me whole. I gotta tell everybody about all the things that he's done for me. I could have been dead, but I'm still here, and I'm a living testimony. Woo! That's all right, y'all.
Wow, worship has gotten me through good times, bad times, tough times, happy times. Worship has just gotten me through, right? Because I know that when I was in trouble or going through a difficult situation, I could go to the rock of my salvation, the rock that is higher than myself, right? When Marv had cancer, I would worship and sing. When I was finished crying and I didn't know what else to do, I would sing. I would go to the rock. I would worship. When Marv and I were in Israel, we happened to live in a neighborhood where people didn't really know us, and they thought we were doing something strange. And the police came to our house and actually asked us to come down to what they called the Russian compound, which was where they take the detainees. And so we were about to be arrested. We went down there, they took our passports. We were down there for 10 hours, right? And when the officer spoke to me, I had been praying and worshiping, and I was singing, I Go to the Rock in my head, and just thanking God that, again, he was the rock that was higher than myself. And the officer asked me, what do you do? And I said, I'm a gospel singer. And he said, psh, sing something. And I began to sing, I Go to the Rock. And it was so amazing and so powerful. Not only did it impact my life that day, but it impacted the life of all the officers that were in the place. So much so that not only did they release me, but they were fighting over who was going to take us home. I go to the rock of my salvation. It's impacted. Worship has truly impacted my life.
Where do I go when there's nobody left to turn to? Who do I talk to when there's nobody who wants to listen? Who do I lean on when there's no foundation stable? I go to the rock. I know he's able. I go to the rock. Yes, I go to the rock of my salvation. Go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountain and the mountain stands beside me. When the earth all around me is sinking sand, on Christ that solid rock I stand. When I need a shelter, when I need a friend, I go to the rock. Where do I go? Where do I go when the storms of life are threatening? Who do I turn to when the winds of sorrow blow and salvation, I go to the rock. I know He's able, I go to the rock. Yes, I go to the rock of my salvation. Go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountain and the mountain stands beside me. When the earth all around me is sinking sand, on Christ that solid rock I stand. When I need a shelter, when I need a friend, I go to the rock. Yes, I go to the rock of my salvation. I go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountain and the mountain stands beside me. Yeah, when the earth all around me is sinking sand, on Christ that solid rock I stand. When I need a shelter, when I need a friend, I go to the rock. Yeah. Hallelujah.
Wow. Who influenced me? Okay. Well, I was a child of the Motown era, so Diana Ross and Tammy Terrell were big for me. And then, of course, there was Aretha Franklin and Shaka Khan. And then I fell in love with the voices of people like Barbra Streisand and Phoebe Snow. Okay, The Ring fell down the drain, and The Poetry Man, oh my gosh. And I loved Sandy Patty, but I could only emulate her for a year because the next year my voice dropped. I adored Whitney Houston. I thought it was amazing how she could captivate an audience, not just with her voice, but with her presence. But the greatest vocal and spiritual influence of my life, I think, has been CeCe Winans. From the first time I heard her at the PTL Club to last week when I listened to something she did on YouTube, it always amazed me how you could feel the love of God that she has between her and the Lord and between her and the people of God. I thought of her as I wrote Taste and See, Overwhelmed, and my new song, Love Wins. Definitely CeCe Winans.
People keep asking, how do we stop this? What's gonna happen with all the violence? Killing one another, unequal justice, there is no freedom. How do we fix it? All we gotta do is call on God, trust God, believe God, obey God, and hate will fail, love will win, He'll heal our land and forgive our sins. Love is so patient, love is so kind. God gave His only Son to show us the light. Loving one another kills all darkness. Our blood's the same color, that's how we fix it. All we gotta do is call on God, trust God, believe God, obey God, and hate will fail, and love will win. He'll heal our land, forgive our sins.
So worship, of course, is the adoration of God through music, prayer, lifting of the hands, and things of that nature. But I often think about how is worship displayed when I'm not in church or when I'm not in a prayer setting or a private atmosphere, right? So for me, through sharing and sharing my time, sharing my resources, my tithes and offerings, to me, that's worship. Hospital visitations, shelter work, acts of kindness, to me, that's worship. Having integrity, living a life of holiness, being a good wife, all these things are my reasonable service. And these are acts of worship. Loving God's people. Why are all these things worship to me? Because they're an outward expression of our adoration to God. This is Twana Ellis. Thanks for watching my worship journey.
This is mine. This is mine. This is my worship journey. This is my worship journey.
Come on, if you can, I just want you to snap your fingers.
You got somebody assigning. Thank you. After you.
So don't be talking about this. And if it's somebody's name.
I'm.
Because he was losing his mind.
Did you hear me ask for my Beyonce thing?
What about on low? Okay. It was pointing toward me anyway. We see your head blowing, sis.
Hey. Wait, but I'm getting the echo though in this room. Just turn the fan off.
You getting the echo of what?
I'm getting the echo when you know when you get the from the fan.
Let me turn it a little bit.
That might be a little
I ain't hear that one.
Okay, that's fair.
You gotta be like,